This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to look at the G.I. Joe Classified series Saw Viper, semi-automatic weapon. Apparently, the original toy had nothing to do with a chainsaw, which this guy does have now. So if we take a look on this side, we get the nice little artwork bit that we get with these figures. Looks like he's having a good time. On the other side, we just get the same little doohickeys that we always get. And on the back, we got the product shot showing that he's got a large belt-fed machine gun with a chainsaw attached to it. A mini chainsaw when you get right down to it. Looking at this image, though, it looks like this Saw Viper took out Doc right there. And there's a couple more behind him. You know, this is actually the first Cobra Trooper, I think, that where I had an opportunity to get multiples of that I only got one. Well, let's open the sucker up. Huh. Well, look at that. This packaging is very damaged on the inside. There's no damage on the box, so this happened at the factory. At least all the parts appear to be there. So our Saw Viper here, it looks like the collar comes off of there, so he looks a little bit more normal. I am pretty sure there's a standard body under there, but his harness piece here, his vest, definitely makes him look a bit chonky. That's a different piece there. That's just sliding on there. Okay, so that armor is... Okay, both pieces of these armor are just slide-ons. Looks like the leg armor, however, is sculpted into the legs. And he's got a communicator attached right to his hood. Baklava? Is that what it's called? You know, actually looking at the like the shirt up there, looks like you might be using Stalker's and Snake Eyes 1 body there, kinda. Equipment-wise, he's got this massive backpack. You know, I was kind of wondering if this was a separate piece. Oh, it is technically a separate piece, but it doesn't move. And this looks like it's glued in there too, not painted. I could be wrong about that, however. It definitely looks like it's a separate piece to me. So we got the little collar piece there, and we've got his helmet. Kind of reminds me of Samus Aran from Metroid. Here is his big old machine gun. It's kind of weird because it looks like it's got like the ammo pack here, even though it's designed to have this thing go here for ammo. This is definitely a unique design in G.I. Joe right now, though. I wonder if they'll use it with somebody else or not. And then here is the little mini chainsaw. Looks like it can be handheld or stuck on here. Which, kind of wondering how you turn it on from there. I mean, if you look there, you can see, oops, you can see like the little button. I'm surprised it doesn't come with additional hands, though. But yeah, our buddy here can hold his chainsaw and saw you with it if he wants. I don't know how to make a chainsaw noise. Along with that, we get a knife, This may be a new bit of equipment also. At least I don't recognize it. Goes in the sheath in the back. We got a holster under his armpit for this gun. You know, I actually thought that this was one of the more common guns because I recognize, you know, the extended magazine, but the barrel of it looks different than what I remember, so that might be new too. I'm sure being a handgun, it'll probably be reused though. Let's go with articulation before we put the equipment on, and then we'll go over a couple bits of articulation again once that is on. So we got the G.I. Joe chicken neck going. In fact, the neck rotation down at the bottom actually is more than usual. But the head is on the standard ball joint and can spin around, look up and down, sideways. Arm hinges up. You have to get the shoulder armor out of the way though to get all the way up, because once it's there, you can only really go about that high without feeling like you're going to damage something. There is a butterfly joint. It feels like an ab crunch is in there and not a boob cut. Yeah, I would say it looks like yeah, it looks like an ab crunch. You know what? With this kind of equipment, they probably should have done the boob cut, so you could twist the torso around. Elbows are double jointed. Again, this is also a separate piece, so that moves around a lot. Wrist can spin in 360 and can hinge up and down. The waist has the standard ball joint swivel deal to mimic the old O-rings. We got drop down hips. We can kick forward that far, and we can kick back about that far. We can only kick out about this far. First off, the holster is interfering with this leg. Second, the thickness of the padding on his leg armor is affecting how far this one can go. And that's with the hips dropped down, so that would have given us our best range of motion. Knees are at a double joint. I'm kind of surprised to see that the plastic here is black. I mean, I shouldn't be, because, you know, we do see black on there, and I feel like black plastic must be really cheap, because anytime I see a company, like, say when Mattel did Classics, when they did the one Skeletor where they used black plastic and then painted him, must be the cheapest plastic you can get. There is no boot cut on this figure. We do have a thigh swivel, though, still, but no boot cut. Which I'm kind of surprised, because you still could, you know, even with this leg armor, you still could have done the boot cut and just had that top part as a separate piece. So they did remove some articulation from this guy. We got a hinge at the foot and a spin. Although I am having trouble spinning it all around because, again, of the extra padding on the leg armor. Now, as mentioned before, so this sits on his head. It does not actually connect to anything. And then his helmet goes on top of that. Which is not as smooth of a thing as you would expect. But then once you got the helmet in place, that thing stays in place pretty well. To be perfectly honest, I'm guessing the reason why the visor is designed like that is so that you can turn your head inside the helmet or your eyes to get your peripheral. But it does turn a little bit, and I don't think it's probably supposed to, because these things would seem to be kind of like locking mechanisms, so that would lock onto the vest, you know, if it was, you know, an actual real item. So that changes the way the head moves with the articulation. Unfortunately, even though with that in place, you can still kind of, hopefully, maybe with the camera here, You can see inside there and can still see his mouth. So I guess this is more shielding than anything else. Probably not supposed to be like a solid container. It's not like it's an oxygen helmet type of thing, I should say. I was kind of wondering because this thing has a peg back here, but there's nothing to peg into it with this figure. So I thought maybe... Ah, okay. Still, okay. Just curious. Okay, yeah. We can feed that there if we want. Also, it looks like this whole thing comes out, so we can actually feed it all the way through, I would say. Maybe. Not an easy thing to do. My thought, however, is that maybe what this is designed to do like this is feed the equipment through here and then save the feeding strip inside there. Maybe. Doesn't look like it's designed to do a full circuit. But let's go ahead and put the peg back here. G.I. Joe Classified does like its upside down handles, don't they? Wait a minute. Ah, never mind. I'm dumb. This thing feels like it wants to come loose. Wow. Yeah, it did come loose. Oh, good Lord. This is one of those ones where it feels like it's going to be really difficult to pose. Take his chainsaw back on there. Alright, the cord fits back there like that. This kind of hurts my one theory. Unless... guess it's meant to go around like that. Yeah, I guess that is how it's meant to go because that... Oh, for sake. That chainsaw does not like to stay in there. Alright, so I guess, to me, it would make more sense for this to go through this side. But when you look at the image on the side there, it does look like it goes around that way. I would think it'd be more safer and efficient if it went down this way and then through there, not around. But I don't know if anybody's actually used in the military, used one of these kind of belt-fed items. Which way would be better? Just curious. And of course, since this guy existed in the 80s, we do in fact have a file card. Codename S.A.W, Semi-Automatic Weapons. The Cobra Heavy Machine Gunner. I think the saw part generally refers to sawing down your enemies or cutting down your enemies specifically when it comes to using these. The Saw Viper is equipped with a gyro-stabilized, cryogenically cooled mini chain gun, scoped with an infrared night vision auto-ranging optical sighting system. Dear God, who wrote that? This means that he has a highly accurate, low malfunction machine gun that doesn't burn out the barrel during intense rapid fire bursts. It's nothing for him to zone in on a flea nestled in a heavy brush over 800 yards away in pitch darkness and pick off in one shot. And then what the hell is the point of it being a machine gun? You definitely don't want to get pinned down by a Cell Viper at night. His weapon has an integral sound suppressor, an effective flash inhibitor, and a powerful image intensifier. With all that, you won't even know you're being shot at until you hear the sonic boom from the bullet whipping past your ear. So that's our Cell Viper. I mean, he looks pretty cool, actually. Said I don't remember this figure from back in the 80s. I do believe this from what I remember from the live stream that this was just added after the fact, just because they called him the Saw Viper and they figured why not. It's a hell of a bayonet to have on the end of your gun, that's for sure. But yeah, he looks cool. I like that the helmet comes off. Aside from the fact that I've got too many troop builders already, I am kind of do kind of wish I'd gotten at least one more of these guys, especially with the way I've been kind of setting up the display. But you know, whatever. Actually, I compare them with the Night Creeper because I only got one of those too. But what do you guys think? Is he a good looking figure to you? Did you get him? Did you miss out on him? I don't even know if he's still available or not, to be perfectly honest. But if you did want him, I hope you got him. If you did enjoy this look at the Saw Viper, please feel free to cut down that like button. And if you're enjoying my nonsense, please subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.